Hi folks, welcome back to my channel, welcome to another video. I don't actually have a reading vlog prepped for this week. Details on the next one coming later in this video. So what I thought I'd do is just give you a wee weekly update, a wee weekly wrap up. I think they're going to become my thing. Sort of what have I finished this week, what am I currently reading, and what am I thinking about reading. You're never going to get an exact TBR from me. I am the ultimate mood reader. You could give me a TBR and I'm going to stare at it and I'm going to go, but I'm not really in the mood to those, so I'll discard it, and it can change day to day. So what have I finished this week? Well, I finished Sorcerer to the Crown. I did do a reading vlog for that. I gave it 3.5 stars. I pretty much just wasn't in the mood. I wasn't in the right mind frame for it, I think. I went in expecting it to be a lot more exciting and action-packed than it was, and it was a lot calmer, a lot more of a much gentler read. So I think it suffered, in my opinion, a little bit for that. So I might go back to it in a few years with different expectations and see how I got on. The next book I finished was The Memory Shop by Griffin. This was lovely. It was just lovely. That's the best way to describe it. It is, if you can hear a dog barking outside, I apologise. This book was about a girl who, in her 30s, but essentially flees London after finding her fiance in bed with her best friend, goes to Dublin to sort of like sort out her late grandparents' house, get it sold and basically sell off all the contents. She opens a little pop-up shop to sell off like a lot of the items within the house, and through that we get to meet this whole cast of other characters, find out bits about their story and how they're all intertwined. And honestly, it was such a lovely, cozy, warm-hearted read. I think I'm giving this one 4 out of 5 stars. It was just I read most of this. It was cold outside, it was raining outside, it was miserable. I live in the Highlands, it's always miserable. It's not always miserable, but it sometimes is. And it was the perfect read for the perfect mood for Sunday. It was, yeah, really, really enjoyed it. So, currently reading, I have started Nimona, just a little graphic novel. And I am having to restrict myself to a chapter a day because I've actually fallen in love with these characters. They are so cute. And so for anyone who's not familiar, Nimona is a graphic novel that follows Lord Blackheart and his little sidekick Nimona, who is a shapeshifter. And it's just all the chaos and antics that basically Nimona gets them into. She's, I think, a lot more into this whole villainy thing than Lord Blackheart himself is, but it's just absolutely adorable, like massively. I don't read a lot of graphic novels, but I hugely recommend this one. Sorry, something in my throat there. Yeah, probably giving this one 5 out of 5 stars, unless something absolutely horrible happens towards the end. 5 out of 5 stars. The next one I've started, and this one you will be getting a reading vlog for, is going to be the start of a series that I want to call What's the Fuss About, where I take a whole bunch of relatively super popular books, books that tend to get a lot of high praise that I've not read yet, and I read them with the intention of finding out what all the fuss is about. So for the first one, we're going to kick it off with John Gwynne's Malice. John Gwynne is kind of one of the, within fantasy and particularly on BookTube, he is one of the most popular modern fantasy authors. Sorry, it's first thing in the morning. Apparently my body hasn't quite woken up, or my voice. So far I am 1 chapter in. I'm feeling pretty positive. Within the prologue itself, we had treachery, summoning of God, possible blood magic, betrayal. First chapter, we've now met our first protagonist. See the book again. We've met our first protagonist, a 14-year-old Corbin. He seems to be our plucky young hero, potentially. I oddly enough, both of his parents are still alive. And it seems to be a pretty stable family from what I can gather. Not your usual fantasy trope there. So yeah, stay tuned, and much more detailed thoughts will be coming off that possibly by the next, maybe within the next week or so. We'll see how quickly I get through it. That's all I'm reading at the moment, but I'm thinking to possibly break up Malice with something a bit different. I've got Small Pleasures. Yes, Small Pleasures by Clare Chambers. I'm not gonna lie. I think I said this in my book haul. I picked this book up because of the cover, because it is just a really pretty cover, and I think I'm really enjoying this color, the color combinations. But this is basically about a journalist in the 1950s who comes across a woman claiming that she's had a virgin birth, and all the excitement and drama that comes with that. Different from a lot of things I've read, I think. So it'll be something very different to break up what I've been reading lately. But yeah, that's it. That's all I have to say today. So this was my wee reading weekly wrap up. Let's keep it little. And I will hopefully see y'all in the next video. Bye. And I forgot to tell you, you thought I wrapped this up. You thought I wrapped this up. Of course I didn't. Now I forgot to tell you, I'm also listening to Brandon Sanderson's Hero of Ages, which is the third book in the Mistborn trilogy, and I think it's my favourite one so far. We have got two new POV character. Well, they're not new characters, but we've got two new POVs, point of views. I did not know I needed these point of views, but I'm so happy I have these point of views. I'm absolutely adoring it. Anyone who has not read the Mistborn trilogy, just go read it or listen to it. Just go do it. That's all.